The art of grilling.
And hello, good timers. Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Andy. All right, so today is a nice summery day outside. It's been raining for about a week here in Maine, so I'm itching to get outside. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be doing some grilled steak tips for you here today. So we're going to do a nice little marinade, cut up some veggies to go with it, and throw it on the grill. So come along with us as we take care of this summer classic, steak tips with onions and mushrooms, coming right up. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do here today is cut my onion. Now you can use whatever vegetables you want in your steak tips. A lot of people like peppers and onions. I'm not a big peppers fan, so we're doing onions and mushrooms instead today. But first we're going to just cut this onion nice and easy. Get rid of the top there. I'm going to keep the, we're going to get rid of the bottom too actually. There we go. So then you're just going to want to peel this. Now you might have noticed there's already a chunk of this onion taken out. That's because I used it this morning for some breakfast. But we're going to use the rest of it here for the steak tips. So just peel it up there. One of these days I'll show you how to correctly cut an onion. This isn't actually the correct way here, guys. But if you want to dice the onion, you cut it a little bit different. We're going to julienne this one today, which is why I'm not too worried about getting it technically correct here. Worst part about the onion, guys, besides the smell and the tears, is just getting the peel off. This one here is being particularly problematic because I'm trying to film it. Alright, so there we go. Got my favorite chef's knife out here, guys. The bigger the better. So we are just going to cut this in half one time. Then we're going to go right down through it and julienne. Let me show you what we're looking for here. Guys, when you're cutting with the big knife or a small knife, curl your fingers. That way if you're going to cut something off, you're going to cut your knuckle off, not your entire finger. Nobody wants to lose an entire finger. Knuckle will heal much quicker. Alright. Cutting it like that, guys, then we're just going to kind of break it up like this. So it's nice little julienne pieces for you. And those will go. Okay guys, so the mushrooms are going to be next here, and I just buy them in bulk like this. Now I did rinse these off because sometimes they can be kind of dirty, so if they don't look clean, rinse them off. You should rinse off your vegetables anyway, but we're just going to basically quarter these for the most part. Some of them we might dice up a little bit smaller, but now if you're not going to use your mushrooms right away, guys, and you wash them, you want to make sure that you get them completely dry before you wrap them back up, because they will grow mold kind of quickly on you. Now these ones we're going to use just tonight, so I'm not too concerned with it, but that's just a little helpful hint for you there for later. So I'm actually going to probably do a little bit more than a quarter. So I want my mushrooms to be about that thick. They are going to shrink down as they cook. There's a lot of water in mushrooms. So yeah, we're going to get all these cut up, hopefully about the same size, and then they're going to go right in the steak later on when we grill it. Alright guys, as you can see, the steak is all cut up. That's actually about 2 pounds of steak right there, guys. Now I didn't actually show it to you because I didn't really cut too much. These steak tips are already pre-cut in the package. They come from butcherbox.com, which is a subscription service that we use, specializing in lots of grass-fed, organic, humanely raised beef, pork, chicken products, and some seafood as well, things like that. So sometimes it comes cut up really nice, and other times not so much. Today it actually came up cut pretty good, so I didn't really have to do much to it. So that's what we got. We're going to go ahead and get these marinating here with a little bit of A1 sauce, some garlic, and just some salt, pepper, and some onion and herb Mrs. Dash. You can actually use whatever kind of Mrs. Dash you want, but I prefer the onion and herb myself, so yeah, I'll show you that. Alright guys, so easy peasy here. We are going to dump pretty much this entire bottle of A1 sauce into my bag here. I use these Ziploc bags, guys, because it's real easy to marinate in them. You just zip it up toss it around in the marinade and let it do its thing for probably about 12 to 24 hours. Chicken, you can get away with 2 or 3. Steak, you want to do at least 12 hours overnight if you can. I didn't pre-plan very well today, so I'm not going to do it overnight. But about 12 hours should do the trick. So I'm using an A1 smoky black pepper sauce, guys. But you can use, pretty much whatever kind of marinade you want. A1's good because it already comes seasoned with Worcestershire sauce and the pepper and garlic and all that good stuff. But I'm just going to bulk it up a little bit as well. Dump that all in there. I've also used teriyaki marinade before, guys. I've made my own teriyaki marinade. You can use Italian dressing with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce is usually real nice. You can do like a Mexican fajita kind of seasoning would be good on this. So whatever you prefer for red meat marinades, you can certainly use in your steak tips. So that's pretty much going to do that. I'm going to dump some little bit of water in there to rinse it out and get a little bit more out of it. But that's good enough for now. As far as garlic goes, guys, it's kind of up to you. If you like garlic, then load it right up. If you're on the fence, go a little bit lighter. Don't use it at all. I'm going to use probably about a tablespoon here. I just missed with some of it, but anyway, we'll get that later. All right, so about a tablespoon of garlic right in there. Mrs. Dash, I'm going to use probably about a tablespoon, maybe 2 of that. Remember, we got 2 pounds of beef here, so we can go a little bit heavy on the seasoning. And then it's already got pepper in it, but I like pepper on my steak, so I'm going to load that up with even more pepper here. This is just a mixed peppercorn grind. I do suggest grinding it yourself, guys. That way you can get the kind of grind you want. A lot of that stuff you can buy at the store already ground up is not, it's real fine, I should say. So this here is a little bit more chunky. You get a little bit more of the peppercorns in it, so I like this a little bit better. So just do as much as you want in there. Salt, we're not going to do too much salt, guys. There's quite a bit of salt already in that A1 marinade, but we are going to do some. This is Maine sea salt, but you can use whatever kind of sea salt you want. That's all in there, and then we're just going to dump the steak right in here. All right, guys, quick wash of the hands here. All right, we're just gonna toss this marinade right together with the beef in here. We are going to let this go for, let's see, yeah, about, like I said, 12 hours or so. And then I will join you outside on the grill. Should be a beautiful night here in Maine for some grilling. So we will see you here in a little bit, guys. All right, good timers. It is late in the afternoon now. It's about 5:30 p.m. So I think it's time to start grilling here. Our steak tips have been marinating all day long, so they should be good and tasty now. And the first thing you gotta do when you're grilling, guys, what I like to do anyway, is first things first, and most importantly, is crack yourself open a beer. That's right. We've got this one here from a local company called Atlantic Brewing Company. Actually get this in Bar Harbor. We've got lots of vlogs in Bar Harbor if you guys aren't familiar with it, so check those out. But yeah, you definitely got to crack open a beer. Probably drink it for about a half an hour or so and think about what you're going to do before you start grilling. So that's the tip that I have for you on summer grilling. After that, you probably should get your charcoal going, which we got right here. We got this chimney right here, which I'll start it in. As you can see, my grill, guys, is well aged. I've had this about 15 years now. We got some, some stuff up here flaking off, but just ignore that. This food's gonna be good. Just add seasoning. That's what we'll call that, is seasoning. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. It's time to get the charcoal here into the grill. Now, I prefer to use hardwood charcoal myself. Don't like to use any kind of lighter fluid. So what I've done is I've put some paper here on the bottom of the chimney. I don't like to use lighter fluid simply because I don't like my food to taste like gasoline. So if you do like to taste gasoline, then by all means go ahead and use lighter fluid on your charcoal. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, even though you might be. But yeah, we're going to fill this right up to the top with the hardwood charcoal here. By filling this, guys, it should give us just enough charcoal to get the steak and mushrooms and onions done. Okay, guys, so when your charcoal looks like this, it's got some nice embers there burning bright orange and some of the wood there is turned white. That means it's time to throw it into the grill. So that's what we're going to do here. And then we'll get the steak tips going here. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to do this without catching myself on fire or anything in the yard here. This chimney's a little bit old, so it's actually kind of falling apart. I could probably go ahead and get a new one at any time now, but we're going to go ahead and just dump these right into the grill here. Oh yeah, those are good and hot. All right, guys, so as you can see, Simone is home, which means it's time to throw on the steak tips onto the grill here. Dog's going a little crazy. Oh, here he comes. Oh boy. He's got the spring fever. When you're doing steak tips, if they're too small, then your vegetables and your steak tips are going to fall right through your grates. So what Simone did for me is she bought this grill pan here that I've placed on top. So we're going to get that preheating, and then all the vegetables are going to go on first. We're going to get those cooked, and then we're going to put the steak on. So this will eliminate anything falling through the grates. Now mushrooms shrink down a lot, guys, so even though it looks like there's quite a few mushrooms here, they will shrink down and be pretty much nothing here in about 10 minutes. Alright guys, as you can see, the mushrooms are browned up pretty nicely here. So they are going to join their friends, the onions, over here, so we can get the steak on and finish this up here. Okay guys, on with the steak now, and what we're looking for is a really good sear on this. So we're just going to dump them right here in the middle, then we're going to spread them out. That sizzle is what you want to hear, guys. That means it's going to sear up real nice for you. Careful not to melt the bag to your grill. Alright, so those are on there. Then we're just going to spread those out. So hopefully they're in a nice thin layer here on the grill. Get a nice even cooking on those. Oh, they smell delicious already, guys. They haven't even finished up yet. You can smell that garlic and that Worcestershire in the A1 marinade. So, oh yeah, these are going to be beautiful when they're done. Alright guys, so this has been cooking about probably 10 minutes now. I'm just going to go ahead and add the mushrooms and onions back into it now to flavor up that beef. And also to flavor up the mushrooms and onions. We're just going to pile them right on there. Lost one already. That's going to add a lot of extra flavor to the meat, guys, especially those onions. Once again, like I said earlier, if you want to use green peppers in here, or red peppers, or any kind of peppers really, you can also do that. I've seen that plenty of times before. So myself, I don't really like the green peppers, so I just go with the mushrooms and onions straight. Alright guys, there it is, the finished product. I just brought it in off from the grill. And all it's left to do now is taste test it, but apparently it's going to have to cool for a couple minutes because it looks rather hot, but it does look delicious. As usual for the course, when I cook, Simone tastes. So here we go, the steak tips, onions, and mushrooms off the grill. Nice and warm still.
Yeah. Very good. Very tender. Like, I wouldn't, if it was big, you wouldn't need to cut it. It would just like fall apart pretty much.
Perfect. Yeah. That's what we like, guys. So marinated for about 12 hours, thrown on the grill, got a nice sear on it, and sounds like it's a success. So
everybody loves Andy's meat.
There we go. Everybody loves my meat, especially Simone. All right, guys. So until next time.
Have a good time.
Have a good time, guys. Time to go enjoy some steak tips.
Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on